Hey, how's everything going? This is Cole. I'm currently in a Starbucks because I'm pressed for time, but I will answer all your questions to the best of my abilities, seeing as I was one of the foremost creators of the flyer. These aren't all my images, but the back rising sun image, kind of like that Japanese overlay, or the behind, that's kind of my input, and I kind of came up with the reason for the flyer. So let me go through your questions. Number one, what audience was I trying to go for? Initially, I was going for the students, but I kind of felt like the flyer was more effective if it actually went to the teachers because, one, I think they're about 15 cents a pop, and I kind of wanted to become economic. If you get it to a teacher, she can talk about it, and maybe she can pass it out during her class, but effectively you can reach more people, and then you can still seem a little serious. It's something that they'll judge immediately by the quality of the flyer if you're worth it, if you know what you're talking about, and you actually thought about what it is that you're actually pitching. So I felt like it was better than a business card because business cards get lost all the time and they're so small. Everyone gives them out, but a good flyer. I mean, even though you're probably going to throw them away at the end of the day, and you'll hold on to it for more than 4 seconds, and that's usually what I was going for. So I guess I kind of summed up the purpose indirectly. Let me see, what do I like and dislike about it? I really kind of like the simplicity behind it. I like the color scheme to it. I feel like there could be more pop, but you don't want to have too many images kind of overriding themselves, and then it kind of dilutes your subject and your purpose. So I kind of like the simplicity of it all. I like the clean, flush look. It kind of has that I don't want to call it minimalist because minimalist would just be nothing in white space, but it almost has not too much information that kind of intrigues you. You want to get a little more. There's a QR code at the bottom. I thought that would be handy for all those who kind of know about the QR code systems, but it hasn't really got thoroughly integrated in everyday life. But I thought it was something. And what would I have changed if I could? Maybe some of the imagery. One, really the main inspiration of the pictures were the fact that they were kind of came off of shipping labels, but I don't think many people see that piece those two together. But I kind of like it in a way because then, someone who does see it or doesn't really know that they see the correlation, it's something by association. But maybe that kind of goes with changing our motto or our jargon to fit kind of more of a shipping box mentality, or we could change away from it. But I like the general idea of the flyer, something red, something that kind of sticks out, and something that's cardboard, a little harder than paper, something you can feel the value. There's a physical presence when you give it off, and that's something that I've always liked about it. I created the flyer single-handedly one random afternoon, and actually the background rising sun thing image actually came from me just messing around on Adobe. What is it? You got Photoshop, Illustrator. I think it was InDesign. Now, what can be changed? Everything can be changed. So essentially, there are a bunch of Photoshop, Illustrator files in a InDesign format. So everything about everything can be switched, changed, and alternated. So even as you can see, I don't know, maybe if you pull it up, you see that there's a woman and there's a circle for her head. You can move her head, you can move that circle around. You can kind of change anything and any little kind of dynamic. So essentially think of it as a bunch of layers stacked on top of each other. So really anything can be shifted, changed, and rearranged to your liking. So hopefully that answers all your questions. If you have any more questions, please send them via email or send them via video. Cool.